Family, what's up, what's up, what's up? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the like, smash up the like, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I'm gonna let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime, and in between time, I'll give some shots out to the early birds, starting with dun 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 Janika. What's up? What it do? I see Tess. What's up, Tess? Jeremiah. What's up? What's up? I got some news you can use, fam. That's why I'm coming in so late. I didn't want to waste another day. I wanted to give y'all this information because, man, I swear to God, I'm gonna help somebody. Oh yeah, I'm gonna help somebody. Some valuable information right here. I got some valuable information for you. Let's see who else I got here. Who's checking in? Who's checking in? Let's see James up in here. All right, fam, so here we go. So this story caught my attention because of what happened to Malcolm Jamal Warner, who tragically died over the weekend in Costa Rica at a beach. A lot of accidental drownings happened around the world and in the United States. And I'm talking every single day. In the U.S. alone, there are 11 deaths reported from accidental drowning every single day. And about twice that many survive every day from drowning. But 11, at least 11, about an average of 11 people die every single day from drowning in the United States. So I wanted to run some statistics by y'all. Globally, drowning is the third leading cause of unintentional injury death, accounting for 7% of all injury-related deaths, according to the World Health Organization. The global drowning death rate has decreased by 38% since 2000, from 6.1 to 3.8% per 100,000 population. In the United States, there were over 4,500 drowning deaths each year from 2020 to 2022, about 500 more per year compared to 2019. The overall age-adjusted death rate from drowning in the U.S. is about 1.3 per 100,000 people. Drowning is the leading cause of death for children aged 1 through 4 in the United States. Keep an eye on your babies. Approximately 54% of Americans do not have basic swimming skills. 54% of Americans do not have basic swimming skills. 66% of drowning victims are strong swimmers. Now that's a very important stat. 66% of drowning victims, 66% of drowning victims are strong swimmers. So what does that tell you? That debunks the whole theory of, oh, black people be drowning because they can't swim. If we are to believe what some people are saying, then even if you can swim well, you can get caught up in a rip current and die. You can drown. Or it could be one of the situations like this young woman. They said, well, they suspected she died in a strong current, or there was a dip in the river. This girl in Brazil had drowned while swimming with friends in a river, and a post-mortem examination confirmed the cause of death as accidental drowning with no signs of physical trauma. She was laid to rest on the evening of June 30th after her body was found. The school declared 3 days of mourning in her honor. A community vigil was also held where friends and family paid tribute to her memory, praying and lighting candles. So what happened is this guy is this reporter in Brazil, he appeared to step on a body of the 13-year-old missing schoolgirl while filming a segment about her disappearance. Imagine that. He's in the water. I don't know why this guy, and the water is muddy too, fam. It's murky water. So you can't even see the bottom. An alligator could have pulled up on dude, but he's in that water trying to get the story. In any event, he stumbled upon the 13-year-old girl's body that he was doing the report on. The incident took place at the Miriam River, northeastern Brazil, where the girl was last seen. According to the Sun, Lenildo Frazaro waded into the water to demonstrate its depth and the area where the teenager had been swimming, seemingly unaware of the body lying on the riverbed. So that's what they said happened to her. They said they suspect that she drowned as a result of the rip currents and a sudden drop in the riverbed. When you're walking on those beaches, you just be walking. Next thing you know, you sink. You might sink you might sink a foot. You might sink 10 feet. This is why when I'm on the beach, I never go all the way out into the water. I don't know what the attraction is to go all the way out into that water. It's too dangerous, even for surfers. And surfers, they go out into the water. They're riding the waves, and surfers die all the time out there. And surfers are strong swimmers, and they die all the time. So if those currents can defeat strong swimmers like surfers, well, you know what they can do to the average person. And those surfers are trained. They are trained to swim. They're trained to survive those currents. They're trained. And they still end up dead. So that's why I don't play with that water. I don't let it get halfway up to my knee, ever. Their warning, many of the beaches' warnings are to not let the water go past your knee, but I don't even let it get halfway to my knee. I don't like the water that much. If I just really wanted some water, I just go take a shower. I don't like it that much. Yeah. Or I get in a swimming pool, a controlled area, where I can see how deep the water is. And I know it ain't going to be some type of rip current come through and, flush me out into the sea. Let's get back to some of these stats. Approximately 54% of Americans do not have basic swimming skills. 54% of Americans do not have basic swimming skills. 66% of drowning victims are strong swimmers. 80% of drowning victims are male. Let's stop right there. 80% of swimming victims are males. Why do you think that is? Because males take more chances. They take more chances with their life. It's as simple as that. You know, it's the bravado, you know, the ego, you know, I got this. I got it. 66% of drowning victims are strong swimmers. Fam, that water ain't nothing to play with. And check this out. Open water environments like lakes, rivers, and oceans pose a higher drowning risk than swimming pools do, due to unpredictable conditions, lack of supervision, and colder temperatures. Alcohol use is a significant risk factor for drowning, involved in up to 70% of water recreation-related deaths among adults. And it also says that most drowning victims are adults. Adults with their egos and alcohol. Deadly combination. Hip Hop Today, what up? Hip Hop History Today, what it do? What's up, Marlon Reed? Yeah, fam, just want to run that by y'all real quick. Be careful out there, family. Especially during these summer months. Summer months is usually when people drown the most. It is because, you know, people are involved in water sports and recreation that involves water. They're in the lakes, they're in the pools, they're in the oceans, you know, they're on the beach. They're in the rivers. And it ain't nothing to play with, fam, especially when you start introducing alcohol into the equation. Hey, fam, it ain't nothing to play with. So y'all be careful out there, fam. Whoo, man. R.I.P. to the young lady who died in Brazil. R.I.P. to Malcolm Jamal Warner. May they rest in peace. No more talk.